Good evening, everyone, and welcome in here to TSSR Game Time Live presentation of Cyclone basketball here this season. As we get going along here in the early going here tonight, we are brought to you by MD8.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
And welcome back here as we bring you TSSR Game Time Live's coverage of high school boys basketball. Our West Prairie Sports presented by McDonough Telephone Cooperative. Don't forget about JoJo's Gaming Parlor. If you think the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area, stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. Having slow and unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2025. MTC Communications offers lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems. The McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. Tonight is the home opener for the West Prairie Cyclones. Been on the road with a lot of tournaments. You see a lot of teams do that nowadays. And they will be starting Holden Copeland, joined out there by Cam Melvin. Gannon Shipman, also Aiden Lacey, and Ivan Beck. Tip is up, and we'll get the West Central players for you in a moment. As they bring it in the lane, kick out to number 34, that is Dalton Hetrick. Hetrick up to Stanley, a sophomore for the West Center Hill. And we are underway here in this first quarter, high 1-4 set here. And now you see him breaking out kind of a box-type set. Running some guys through. Carter Gibb running through there. Now bring it back up to Stanley. Stanley in the corner to Gibb. Working it. Bring it up top now for Easton Parker. Dribble it down a little more again. Kind of waiting, getting a screen out top there from Adams and Hetrick. Try to get into Adams. Gathered in, bounces it back out in the corner for Stanley. He'll dribble in, get in trouble. Out to Gibb, over quickly to Parker, and they'll hold on to it. Long defensive stand here, already worked a minute by. Gibb driving down to the baseline. Fires it back out top, and then in the lane for Adams. Adams out in the corner. Hetrick three on the way, no good. Rebound tipped. Adams has got it. Goes up. Can't get it to go. Straight up again. Misses it. And Holden Copeland out of there with the rebound. We've got a foul. Whistled on Stanley. Bounce into Holden Copeland. 6:45 mark here in the quarter. No score here so far as they bring it up the court. Beck with it, dribbles around, looked at Shipman, no, to Lacey on the swing pass, brings it over to Copeland. He'll drive lane, scoop and get it. The up and under, up and went, and it is 2-0 in favor of the Cyclones here as West Central goes back to work. The Heat in the blue and red. Gibb with it, holding on the far side, puts it on the bounce a couple of times and swings it over to Hetrick. Hetrick down in the corner, gives a look over to Parker. Parker with a bounce or two of the Punkin. And swings it back over to Gibb. Getting out a screen from Hetrick. Another screen. Gibb puts up the three, way off the mark. Copeland had it, and then Lacey had to scoop it all off to Copeland, and the Cyclones will go back the other way. Ticking down to 6 minutes. Left in the first to Melvin. Melvin giving a look, bouncing in for Lacey. Working on Adams. Can't find, tried to dump it down to Melvin. Couldn't get it there. Fight for it. And jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with the Cyclones. West Prairie will bring it in here, leading 2-0. As Melvin brings it in, a box offensive set. Shipman and Lacey the bottom two. Beck and Copeland top two. Pass a little bit too low. Lacey had it, now flips it out to Copeland. And Copeland will reset it. Man on man put on here by the Heat. As Beck looks to dribble, swings it up to Shipman. He'll hold, give a look, and come to Melvin. Melvin going to bounce down to Copeland. Copeland thought about it. Stanley cut him off. Over to Beck. Beck, nice catch and a put up, but couldn't get it. And Adams going to draw a foul on Beck there, as they'll pull it out of there. Melvin and Beck going to come up, going to apply a little pressure here on Easton Parker, bringing the ball in. Finally gets it into Stanley. Stanley looping it up to Gibb. He's got a 3-on-2. Kicks it to Adams and scoops it up and in. Right through there and ties her up at 2 apiece. As it makes it 2-2. Heat working here. Back over to Cam Melvin. Swinging to Shipman. Shipman. Bring it back now to Melvin. Melvin working the near side. Bounces a little bit. Tried to work it out. Had it poked away. Recovers it. And he works it down the far side. Looks, dribbles. And in the lane, shoots it. No good. Rebound tipped around. Tipped out of bounds. It'll go to the Heat. Already 4.5. It has been a quick first quarter play here. As they go back to work, bring it up on the way. As they swing it over to Gibb. Gibb holding, watches the pick from Adams. Now trying to swing it, trying to load it into him. Does. Lacey actually tipped it away, gathered by Hetrick. And out in the corner, that is off the foot of Stanley and out of bounds. Mason Shipman going to come in for the Cyclone, or Mason Whitman rather, going to come in for the Cyclones. And now they'll bring it up here, 4:20, clock rolling here in this first quarter play. Ivan Beck up with it, over to Copeland. Copeland swings, tried to dump down to Shipman as it batted out of bounds by Gibb, and it will stay here with West Prairie. Whitman looks triggered in. Out to Copeland. Copeland 3 on the way. No good, and the rebound pulled down by Parker. Parker walks it up there. 2-2 tie here, midway through the first quarter play. To Gibb. Gibb holds on, looks to bounce into Adams. Adams doubled, kicks back to Gibb. Gibb in the lane, stolen away by Shipman. Off to Whitman, and he'll dribble it up. Had a couple ahead of him, out to Copeland. Copeland whirling into the lane and carried it as he tried to dribble it in there. Kind of lost the handle on it. Now, if you notice, the new ball that they're using here, very orange. That's the best thing I can say about it. And now working it up here, they bring it over to Gibb. Gibb looking for Adams. Swings it up, swings it over for Parker. Adams in the lane, lays it up, gets it to stick. The Heat take a 4-2 lead. Jackson Adams, his first basket. As Copeland brings it up to Whitman. Whitman getting a screen from Shipman, wanted to look to him, couldn't get it. Over to Lacey, down to Copeland. Copeland out to Shipman, over to Beck. Beck works the near side on the dribble, goes in the lane, puts it up, swatted away. Shipman able to grab it, put it up and put it in. We're tied at 4. All tied up here at 4. As Parker walks it up here. Again, been a real quick first quarter play here. Not many fouls, not many turnovers. Gibb has it poked away by Whitman. He's coming to the far side now, trying to work him down. Caught in the corner. Bounces up for Hetrick. Hetrick spots 3, no good. Rebound, Copeland high for the board. And he'll take off up the court. Up the far side, tried to kick it down for Shipman. And they're going to say off of Shipman's hands and out of bounds. Tyson Carnes will come in for the Cyclones. He'll replace Holden Copeland. And we've got a timeout called by West Central. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Back here, as you see, Heat Collective talking things over here. Sorry about that, folks. Had to unload a sneeze there. Now we're better, or at least passable anyway. I don't know that most folks would say good. I am passable. They bring it into Parker. Parker up the court, guarded by Ivan Beck now. Brock toward the near side. Comes down to Adams. Adams spinning on Lacey. Goes up under him. I think Shipman scared him a little. Adams got the rebound for Hetrick. Back in there for Stanley and for Adams. Adams goes up, blocked by Lacey, but gets it back. And he has just been a bull inside there. And it is 6-4. The Heat lead it here by 2. Under 2 minutes left to go, first quarter. Bounce over to Whitman. Whitman puts it on the floor, drives in, stop and pop. And he'll get fouled from behind. I believe that was Stanley with the personal. And Whitman will be at the free throw line. Whitman from the free throw line, a little bit short. Max French will check in. And Hetrick will go out, as coming in for him is Ryder Caldwell. Also into the ball game is Weber. Whitman a bounce at the free throw line, puts it up and on the way. It is good. So the Cyclones get one back, make it 6-5. As they'll bring it up the court, working with it is Caldwell. Caldwell a couple of bounces. Comes back now, works it out for Parker. Parker coming back toward the far side. Beck doing down with it. Gonna pull up this shot. That one way off the mark, but right there again as Adams missed it. As fight for it on the floor, Whitman and Weber. It'll be out of bounds to West Central. Triggering the ball inbounds is Weber, one of the freshmen here. Ready to throw it inbounds. Waits. Comes out. Out in the corner, he'll work it for Weber. Pick it up for Adams. Adams holds. Kind of was looking in the lane. Now dribbles it over, hands it off to Parker. Parker working out here, minute and a half left. Drives lane, scoots, and is bumped and fouled on the way through. That is on Ivan Beck. And up at the free throw line will be Easton Parker, trying to extend the West Central lead. Free thrown away, it is good. Puts the first home, makes it 7-5. And now subbing in number 35, Cameron Gridley, another freshman for the West Central Heat. Second one's good as well, makes a pair. And makes it 7-5 here. Bring it on. So makes it an 8-5 lead here for the Heat as Shipman works it around. Carnes with it. He'll put up a three. No good. Rebound tipped around. Fought for. French had a hand on it, and it comes out in the hands of Parker Gibb. Gibb will bring it back the other way as they come up. Drives in. Shot no good. Rebound put up there. No good again. Rebound tipped around, and Shipman's out of there with it. Shipman coming out of there finally. Works it up. Going to apologize. I do see the scoreboard disappeared on us. It does that time to time. As Melvin works it over to French. French swinging it over for Carnes. He'll put it on the floor a couple times. Pass to Shipman over to Whitman. Looking in, comes for Shipman. Shipman missed the shot. I think he was anticipating the contact. Makes it 8-5, 40 seconds and counting left in this quarter. As they bring it in, the shot no good. Rebound tipped around. Carnes out of there with it. Cyclones working it up here. Here comes Carnes, drives lane, puts it up, no good. Bodies going everywhere. And they bring it out, working up for Weber. He'll put it up, miss it, and French is fouled by Gibb from behind. A lot of action, not many points. They bring it in to Whitman. Whitman will dribble it up. 17 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Over to Melvin. Tried to bounce it in, does to Max French, misses it. Rebound attempt on the way, Gannon Shipman, and he'll be fouled. Gridley with the foul. And Gannon Shipman will step up to the charity stripe, try and knock home a couple. First one's good. Cuts it down to 8-6. Ready's the second one. No good, and the rebound kicked out. Gibb will scoop it up. He's got 7 seconds. 8-6 lead here for the Heat. They kick it out. Hetrick three on the way. Rolls out, no good. And the rebound tipped out of bounds with 0.2 seconds left. The Heat will trigger it in. Lacey going to come back in. He'll give Gannon Shipman a rest. Comes in, they fling it, and at the end of one quarter of play, it is 8-6 in favor of the Heat. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
And we are back here getting ready for the second quarter play. I do need to thank some more of the very, very fine sponsors of our broadcast here, like McDonough Telephone Cooperative. This West Prairie game stream made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. Buffering means suffering, so kick slow Wi-Fi to the curb and connect your home with MTC's fiber internet to get blazing fast Wi-Fi speeds with up to 1 gig. Sign up online at mtcfiber.net. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. Starting the second quarter, it is French, Melvin, Lacey, Whitman, and Carnes for the Cyclones. It is Gridley, joined by Hetrick. Also Stanley, Weber. As Melvin dribbles in, kicks out to Lacey. Carnes wheels, 17-footer, no good. Gets his own rebound and kicks it over to Whitman. Mason Whitman drive in the lane, puts it up, puts it in, and good. So the Cyclones tie it up here, first possession of the second. As Stanley bring it up, looks in the lane, no, comes out to Gridley. Gridley holds. Kick over to Hetrick. Hetrick passes up top. And Stanley bounces down, trying to take Carnes into the lane. Shoots, shot, no good. Rebound jumped up and in. Ryder Caldwell can't get it to go. Fight for it. And Max French is out of there with it. Up to Melvin. Melvin. Out to Whitman. Whitman. Looking to drive lane. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound snapped up by West Central. And off with it is Stanley. Quickly up to Weber. Puts it on the floor, comes in the corner to Gridley. Gridley back out to Weber. He'll put three on the way. Good, our first sports corner three of the night. And it makes it 11-8, 6:45. Clock rolling here, second quarter of play. 5th point in the game there for Weber. As the Cyclones work it out to Carnes. He'll dribble down, come over to French. Max French spots three on the way, no good. Lacey high for the board. Lost the handle on it. And traveled with us. He went down to one knee and then came back up. Substitution as Justice Kidd will come in, replacing Hetrick for West Central. And Stanley walks it up. 11-8, 3-point lead here for West Central. Passes out for Caldwell. Caldwell on the dribble, coming lane. Shot is good. And the Heat taking control here. They lead it by a score of 13-8 so far. As we count down to 6 minutes, Holden Copeland back in there for the Cyclones. As Whitman dribbles on the sideline, whirls in, bounces out for Copeland. Copeland in the lane, back to Whitman. Whitman three on the way, short of the mark. And the rebound ripped away by Lacey, puts it up, or Cam Melvin, who puts it up and in and good. I hope his little sister Addie's watching. That's what I want to see out of her. Shot on the way in the corner, no good. Rebound bounced off, it looked like somebody's head. And we'll stay here with the Heat. Weber looks to trigger. Looking for Stanley. Finally had to come out top. As he had to work that up, driving the lane. Shot is in and good by Justice Kidd. And the Heat lead 15-10. Out comes Whitman. Trying to come down to Lacey. Pass tipped away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cyclones. Beck and Shipman will come back in. Mason Whitman and Cam Melvin will come out. And some substitutions for West Central as Easton Parker placing Stanley, and Adams going to come in as well. As Gridley goes out. And the Cyclones triggered in under their own basket. 15-10 lead here for West Central. Inbounds to Shipman. Shipman over to Carnes. Spots three. That's well short of the mark. The rebound, Shipman had it for a moment. Weber took it away and goes back the other way. Quickly up to Kidd. Kidd looking. Comes into Adams. Adams spins. Turnaround no good. And the rebound tipped over to Holden Copeland. Copeland out top. Over to Beck. Beck looks. Waits. Comes over to Lacey. Lacey to Copeland. Copeland. A few bounces on the way. Goes in the lane and he'll be fouled. And a foul will be whistled on Parker. Carnes looking to trigger on a box offensive set. Out to Shipman. Shipman in a corner. Carnes again. Three no good. And Weber again with the rebound. Not the tallest guy out there, but pretty solid. They bring it up in the corner. Caldwell out to Parker. Bounce it. Tried to bounce it to Adams. Off the leg of Carnes and out of bounds. Parker ready to trigger it inbounds. Brings it into Weber. Over to Parker. Parker, as Beck swinging in, coming into Adams. Adams on Shipman, dribbles up, can't get it to go. Shipman out of there with the rebound, and he'll walk it up over to Carnes. Carnes out for Copeland. Copeland spins to the baseline, goes up, shot is good. Holden Copeland inches the lead down to a three at 15-12. We go under 4 minutes here as they continue to roll along. Out for Gridley, or Caldwell rather. Caldwell putting it on the drive, drives in, and lost a handle on it. It'll stay here. And now Parker Gibb coming back in as Weber goes out. Into Adams. Up to Kidd. Kidd dribbling down over for Parker. Parker spotting a long shot, no good. Rebound tip, and Copeland's out of the bed. He has a 2-on-1 with Beck. Beck in the lane, lays it up and lays it in, and it's quickly 15-14. And we've got a timeout called by West Central. 3.5 left to go here in this first half of play. Let's thank more of our very fine sponsors here on TSSR. Located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Ryan Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area, and as a customer, they will take care of you. Give them a call today, 309-772-3121. Face-to-face over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get a quote today. at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta sandwiches and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They deliver to Good Hope Adair and all points in between. Call 772-2101 tonight. Working it back into Adams. Adams going up over Shipman. Can't get it to go. And Copeland out of there with the rebound. Copeland bring it up, spins in the paint. Kick out for Lacey. Lacey a couple dribbles, passes for Beck. And now they'll work the offense here, getting a screen. Actually, they faked it. The give and go as the Cyclones rally back on a 6-0 run to get in here at a score of 16-15. Right back the other way. West Central shooting a three, no good. And now coming on the way with it. Cyclones lead 16-15. Beck dribbling toward the lane. Hands off for Shipman. Over to Carnes. 2.5 left to go here. Nice pass. Puts it up. Can't get it to go, but a foul whistled on West Central. Gibb going to pick up the personal. 16-15. 1 point lead here for West Prairie. Free throw is good. We'll have a couple more substitutions as Mason, Shaley, and Weber come back in. Second free throw by Shipman is good. 18-15, lead is now 3 as they work around here. And as Mason Whitman going to pick up the foul on Parker. They lob into Parker. He'll go to dribble here as Whitman all over him. Over to Adams. Adams holding on, looking underneath. Waits. Brings it out there for Caldwell. Caldwell watching, bounces. Now over to Easton Parker. Whitman right up on him, giving him chase. Over to Weber. Weber working on Copeland. Looks to get Caldwell in the lane and traveled. Picked up his feet a couple times on the way in there. And now West Central going to pressure a little bit. Copeland. Over to Carnes. Carnes quickly up to Lacey. Lacey. Back to Carnes, and they'll work here with 1:55 left to go in the first half. Carnes tried to get it out for Copeland, over for Weber. Weber, yes, Copeland came from behind and said, nuh-uh. Parker will trigger it in here. Cyclones lead by 3 into Adams. Adams in the near corner. Up to Weber, back for Parker. Back to Adams. Adams looking to work on Shipman. Got it, yes, and it counts. And on Gannon Shipman, that will be his first. Adams at the free throw line. Free throw, no good. A little too hard off the iron. And then Shaley with a nice steal there over to Caldwell. Now to Parker. Parker with it, driving on Whitman. Goes up, can't get it to go. A weird side saddle shot's the best thing I can say. 1:20. And counting here, they bounce it to Copeland on the near side. Gets a pick from Lacey. Drives, spins lane, dips to Whitman. Whitman back to Lacey. Lacey having trouble with it, and Weber's going to take it away. 30-second timeout called there by West Central with 1:10 left here. 18-17, 1 point lead right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also see Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're age 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Bushnell's only furniture store, M&B Furniture, is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mnbfurniturinc.com. Also call them at 309-772-2111. Back will come Easton Parker in the heat, over to Shaley. Shaley hands off now to Weber, to Adams. Working on the far side, trying to look at Caldwell, couldn't get him. Up to Weber, Weber with Copeland working on him. Drives, down to the baseline, underneath, goes up, and Shipman hacks that one away. And up comes Copeland. Copeland tried to bounce it in right off the rear end of somebody, off to Easton Parker. Parker to Shaley, goes up, and Pickett, either Whitman or Copeland with the foul. Foul's on Holden Copeland. That is his second. And that's going to bring Shaley, Mason Shaley, sophomore, up to the free throw line. Free throw on the way. It is good. So the Heat tie things up at 18. Now look to go into the lead. Second one no good, and Shipman out of there with the rebound. Up to Carnes, and Carnes on the run up the court out to Whitman. Whitman holds. Now dribbles it out. Whirling in the lane, bounce down to Copeland. Copeland open three, no good. And the rebound, Weber out of there with it. Sky and high for it, 18 seconds left, tied at 18. Easton Parker will work it up. Dribbles down as Whitman works him. Copeland with an ear steal, fight for it on the floor, tie up. And it'll stay with West Central. They'll bring it in. 28-foot line, 6.9 seconds left. As Weber looking to trigger into Adams. Adams going to be whistled for the personal on the push-off. He's trying to square out on Shipman a little bit too much of a push. If this were the NFL, that'd be offensive pass interference. Brant Starbuck making it into the game. As Aiden Lacey brings it. Copeland in a hurry up the court. Out for Starbuck. He'll hold, come out to Copeland. Copeland whirling around, will not get it off in time. As we are at halftime, 18-18 tie here in at halftime between the West Central Heat and the West Prairie Cyclones. Let's take this halftime timeout. Be back in a little bit on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Oh, welcome back. We're here with Adrian McGregor. Adrian, you're a Macomb guy.
Yes.
So you're living in Macomb, working at MDH.
Yes.
What's your position?
So I'm the Vice President of Clinical and Support Services here at the hospital. I have about 120 employees that roll up my direction through the organizational chart. And probably the easiest way to explain is I have a great group of department directors that work for me. So areas like radiology and lab and physical therapy and cardiopulmonary services, those are kind of the main areas that roll my way. And then on the support side, pretty much all things with the plant, the facilities, keeping it clean, construction, all of that rolls up in my direction as well. So I never am bored, and I have plenty to do every day. So sometimes it feels like I just need more daylight than I need work. But this is a great organization, and I work with some of the best people in this community, and I'm proud of that. Mostly proud of all that they are and all that they do, and the employees and what they contribute to the organization. We have a great group.
So let's talk about construction a little bit.
Yes, sir.
There's the pharmacies getting built.
Yes.
You're constantly improving the buildings 1s and building 2.
Yes.
And then there's little things go on inside all the time too that I think people kind of miss.
Yes. Kind of going back to that 800,000 square foot number, there's always something going on. And I think we're going to be moving more towards a maintenance and improvement, incremental improvement over the next couple of years. One primarily is after you have a campus, we're becoming pretty dense on this campus. The pharmacy's probably the last major project in the next couple of years, and it's a great one. Don't get me wrong, but now we have to really focus on ensuring that we're staying one step ahead of maintaining these facilities, which is equally probably more challenging, quite frankly, than just building a brand new building. I'm excited to talk about the pharmacy, but to your latter comment, we're focusing a lot on removing wallpaper, painting walls, modernizing flooring, ensuring that we have level surfaces, that we don't have areas where patients would trip, converting out our lighting to ensure that it's the most energy efficient as possible, putting in redundant systems for our electricity, our HVAC systems to ensure that, okay, we may have a tornado come through, we may have storms come through. We have to have all that redundancy ready to go because, quite frankly, the people, we're in the business of people taking care of people. And somebody's grandma is a patient of ours. And we want to take care of that person as if they were ours. And so we have to have the form and the functions of systems that keep the ship running.
I think when people say construction, they think building a pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
But I would venture a guess that more often than not, most of the construction is within the facilities of what you already have. While trying in a hospital, it's if you're going to work on a room, the room has to be closed. I would imagine.
Yes.
You don't want the dust and whatever getting out in the hallway and getting into other rooms. It's not like, hey, let's go paint the house wall, right, or the living room wall. There's a lot more to it that I think construction is lost in that aspect a little bit on when we're watching all this stuff go on at the hospital.
Absolutely. Well, the focus is on patients first. And so anytime you're going to do something as simple as swap out some plumbing underneath a sink in a patient or around a patient area, there's a whole series of steps that we have to take to ensure whoever's doing the work, that they're in a contained area, that we have alternate areas for our patients to receive the same amount of care as if that area wasn't offline, to ensure that it's infection controlled. In other words, we're not creating more problems for patient care. We're trying to solve problems and create less issues and improve the area for patients. Yeah, it's a pretty extensive list that we go through prior to prepping. There are times when you wish you could just knock that project out on a quiet weekend, but we do have to follow proper protocol. And it's for best practice. It really is. It's for the ultimate goal of, yes, improving the area, but while you're doing it, you're not creating downstream problems that you really shouldn't, because you just skip 3 steps on a checklist. And we all are guilty of wanting to skip those steps, but we just don't have the luxury of doing that.
Well, Adrian, I greatly appreciate you coming and talking, and we just touched on some of the stuff that you deal with on a daily basis, so I'm sure we can talk to you again about some other things.
You bet.
But it was fun talking about the things that people kind of, I think, forget about a little bit, to get left behind. We talk about the doctors and the nurses all the time. We don't talk about the people that keep that
You bet.
stuff rolling. So I appreciate you being here. And
Thank you
look
so
forward to talking
much.
to you
It was
soon.
wonderful. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
The MDH Community Pharmacy in Macomb is open 7 days a week, including extended hours on the weekdays for your convenience. Our team is available to answer questions about all your medications, and we offer free local home deliveries. Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, and most insurance plans are accepted. McDonough District Hospital, your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
And we are back here. Had to do two things: mint distribution, and also discussing life with one of my junior high girl basketball players. I enjoy that. Miss them like crazy. As we get ready for this third quarter play, again, glad you're alongside here on TSSR Game Time Live. The Cyclones will have the basketball. It is Holden Copeland, Ivan Beck, Gannon Shipman, Cam Melvin, and Aiden Lacey, the aforementioned Cam Melvin. Was just telling his sister to be mean like Cam. Well, not really. He's a nice guy. Holden Copeland with it, wheeling it around, comes out top for Cam Melvin, passes over to Shipman to Beck. Just continue wheeling around here, motion offense. Over to Melvin, he'll escape Gibb, drives up, puts it up and in, got past Carter Gibb, puts it up and in, and the Cyclones are on the board first in the second half, leading here 20-18. It is out top there, Austin Stanley, joined out by Easton Parker, also Dalton Hetrick, Jackson Adams, who just got fouled by Lacey, and also Carter Gibb. Parker will trigger it in bounds. They said box offense is set, looking for Stanley. Stanley, 1-3, drives in on Copeland, shoots shot no good. And three Cyclones went after the ball. Shipman able to gather it in. 20-18, Cyclones lead, down to 7 minutes left to go here, third quarter. Up to Beck, gets picked from Shipman. Out for Copeland. Copeland over to Shipman, swinging to the near side to Melvin. On bounce, gives it off to Lacey, to Beck. And that's what you like to see, a lot of motion here. Motion screen offense, running those screens high out top. Pass and screen, pass and screen. Over to Beck. Beck wheels back. Comes out for Lacey, over to Copeland. Copeland over to Melvin. Melvin puts up three. Nope. Rebound on tip. And Easton Parker will come out of there with it. Clock rolling at 6:15 left in the third. Stanley with it, over to Parker, looking at Adams in the paint. To Hetrick in the near corner. Now in the lane to Adams. Adams will dribble, spin, shoot, shot, little too hard off the glass. And come out of there in the hands of Holden Copeland. Copeland bounces over to Beck. Beck looking to dribble. Pulls up for about a 16-footer, and it's good. Ivan Beck knocks home the two, and we're tied at, actually, Cyclones go up by 4, 22-18. Back the other way to Carter Gibb. He'll put it on the floor a couple times, wing it over to Adams. Adams down for Hetrick. He'll put up the three. Good! Another sports corner three for the Heat, and cuts it to 1, 22-21. 5.5 and rolling in the third. As they'll come back, Copeland down in the corner to Beck. Beck trying to avoid the trap, puts it on the bounce. To Melvin, swinging to Shipman, down in the corner to Copeland. Up to Melvin. Melvin had it to Beck, almost threw it off the hands of Hetrick. And a quick tie of the shoe for Holden Copeland. Cam Melvin will bring it in. Bouncing for Lacey. Lacey out to Beck. And he'll set it up here. You can see the Heat trying to go to a little bit of a trapping defense. I think tried to go to Lacey, had it go through his hands. Shipman able to gather it back in, and Copeland. Now we'll have a timeout called by Sam to counter. And the Cyclones will step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Right back here at West Prairie, 22-21. Under 5 minutes on the third quarter clock, and the Cyclones have the basketball. Ivan Beck down the lane has it ripped away by Carter Gibb, and out of there with it comes Parker. Up the fly to the far side, pulled up, comes to Adams. Adams trying to drive on Lacey. Goes up, puts it up and in, and good. So the Heat take the lead, 23-22. As they come over to Cam Melvin. Melvin in the lane, Lacey puts it up, puts it in. Nice spin move in there. Kind of surprised him with it, puts it up and in. 24-23, Cyclones back on top. Gibb down the lane to Adams, got it, yes, and it counts. Jackson Adams, 12 points in the game. Now Carter Gibb out as Weber will come in. And Adams going to try to finish off the three-point play. Free throw's good. That makes it 25-24. The Heat go back on top. .410 clock moving in the third quarter as the Cyclones walk it up. Mason Whitman in the ball game. Shipman giving a pick out top as Copeland goes in, drives up, puts it up, and puts it in. Adams couldn't stay in front of him. 26-25, Cyclones tie it up here. As Adams with it out on the far side, cross courts it for Weber. Weber right to the lane, no good. And the rebound, Shipman out of there with it. And Weber steals it away from him. Up to Parker. Parker out for, or actually that was Stanley out for Parker underneath to Weber. Shot is up and in, and Weber makes a lot happen when he's in there. And 28-26 Heat lead. Beck works it up here. Works it over to Whitman. Whitman pulls up three. That's short of the mark. Copeland can't get it, and it'll go over to the Heat. Cyclones have just not had the looks from distance. As Adams goes out, now Max French going to come in. Gridley comes in for, or Caldwell rather. Then Aiden Lacey goes out for West Prairie. Parker up to Hetrick. Hetrick puts up the three, rattles up, and the rebound, Whitman out of there with it. And as Weber will get the personal. So Weber picks up the foul in the backcourt there. And back the other way will come Holden Copeland here. 2:50 left to go in the third quarter. West Central by 2. Copeland in the lane, loops through and good. 28-28. Parker coming right back up the far side, looks it in the lane to Caldwell. Caldwell for Stanley, he'll toe the three. That's good. Another Sports Corner three for the Heat. And they go up 31-28. Beck walks it out top, gets a pick from French. Comes lane, comes out to Copeland. Copeland wheeling around. Spins, hold it over, gets it to Beck. As Weber gonna kind of saw that coming on the last possession there as he had the hand check. That's 2 on him real quick. D10 here, he inbounds to Copeland. Copeland dribbles it up here as Copeland coming down. Max French with it, up and in, yes, and it counts. Nice job there. And now he'll have the extra one. Copeland out, Carnes in for West Prairie. And Max French will try to complete the three-point play. Does with the bank shot. And it is 31-31. 2 minutes left in the third quarter as they work it up to Hetrick. Hetrick jumped at by Shipman. Parker looking in Weber in the corner. Nope, swinging over to Hetrick. Hetrick back out for Parker. Parker for Weber now. Weber spots up the long three, and it is good. Another three for the Heat as they continue to take advantage here. As Whitman tries to bring it up, he lost the handle on it, tapped out of bounds by West Central. 34-31, it is Cameron Gridley and also Kidd coming in. Weber, also Stanley coming out. Carnes into Shipman. Shipman driving up, shoot shot, no good. And Gridley gets the block. 34-31 lead here. Parker. Trying to separate it, comes out, a shot on the way. Another three, no good. And Gannon Shipman trying to get himself out of trouble, comes up to Beck. And they work it here. Minute 15, clock moving, third quarter. Whitman out on the near side. A couple of bounces, out to Shipman, over to Beck. Beck over to Carnes. Back to Max French, puts it up, puts it in, and good. French makes it 34-33. Under a minute left in the third quarter, and clock moving. Gridley will give a pick and come down low, and we got a couple fouls in there. It'll be Gannon Shipman with the personal. His second. As up at the free throw line, Cameron Gridley. Free throw up, and no good. Mason Shaley will check in. Carter Gibb in as well. Parker and Hetrick go out. Give them a little bit of rest before the fourth quarter. Free throw on the way. Neither of them are good. Lacey down with the board. Off to Whitman. Cyclones are working up here with a chance to take the lead where they go for just one. Carnes with it, far side. Dribbles in the lane, floaters no good, and the rebound, Carter Gibb out of there with it. Ivan Beck tried to snatch from behind, could not. We're down to 20 seconds left. Gibb has a ball right, throws it right off of Carnes' hand. Kind of a knee-jerk reaction there. A nice job by Max French off the bench. Ball inbounds, Gridley with it, puts it up and puts it in. No, it is 36-33. They come over to Beck. Beck dribbling out with four. For Lacey, and a foul called. It's one of those you always tell the players, go straight up. Aiden Lacey, free throw is good. Used a little body English there to get it to stick. Second one, no good in the rebound. Melvin with it. And that's the end of the quarter with the score 36-34 as we head to the fourth quarter play. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Cheerleaders getting a little spotlight here toward as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play. No, there is not 0.2 seconds left on the clock as we get ready to get it going here for the fourth quarter. Good game here so far. 36-34 lead for the Heat as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Glad you're alongside TSSR. Will and I have these two Monday and Tuesday, and then he and I will go quiet for a while. Probably won't hear from us again until after the new year when back here at West Prairie. Carter Gibb ready to trigger it in. It is Carter Gibb. So Shaley, Kidd, Gridley, and Caldwell. Inbounds is Carter Gibb working it here on Cam Melvin, Mason Whitman, Aiden Lacey. Shipman able to tap that one away, and Mason Whitman able to tie it up. It will be Cyclone basketball. Tyson Carnes, Cam Melvin, Mason Whitman, Aiden Lacey and Gannon Shipman. Melvin brings it up. Bounces over here to Whitman. Whitman gets a screen from Shipman, driving in. Got a little bit of a push in there. And that's going to be on Gridley. Look to bring in, out to Melvin. Melvin right back to Carnes. Three is on the way, no good. And the rebound pulled out of there by Kidd. He'll work it up the court, guarded by Carnes. Waiting to get a pick from Gibb right on the sideline, dumps it back. Up to Gridley. Gridley to Kidd, and Shipman says, get it out of here. And tapped by Melvin on the sideline. Hetrick will check in. As Gridley goes out. Caldwell holds it above his head now. Bounces it out a little bit. Coming over for Gibb. Been a very quick game here so far. Dribbling down, and we've got a foul on the reach in either Whitman or is actually Whitman that'll pick up the personal. Gibb will trigger. Fires it out to Kidd. Kidd bouncing down. Working it out top. Bounces over to Gibb. Gibb holds. Looking at Caldwell. Comes over to Shaley. Shaley in the corner for Hetrick. Hetrick back out top to Gibb. He'll spot the three up. No good. Rebound. Lacey has it. And now Carnes works it up. Over to Shipman. Down for Whitman. Whitman over for Carnes. Carnes out for Shipman. He'll spot the three. The big man, no good. Rebound Aiden Lacey. A little too hard on the up and up. And Gibb comes up the other way. Cut off now by Whitman. Whitman out. They bring it over for Caldwell. Caldwell driving down, and Shipman able to knock it away. Lincoln Simmons will come in now. As Shaley will go out. Over for Gibb. Gibb puts up the three. No good. And the rebound, Lacey. Lacey off to Mason Whitman, and they'll work it up here. Down by 2 as we go to 6 minutes left in the game. Bounce over for Cam Melvin. Melvin stops, bounces it actually off the foot of Shipman. Ivan Beck also coming back as Stanley. Stanley walks it up. Holds, waits, comes over on the pass to Hetrick. In the lane to Caldwell. He's spinning on Shipman. And, yep, Shipman got the foul. That last swing down, instead of going straight up, is what got it. Jackson Adams will check in just a moment. Caldwell at the free throw line, 36-34. And free throw short. Adams will replace Kidd. Second one, that one well short as well, as Ivan Beck climbs high for the rebound. Cyclones still down by 2 here, and Sam to counter will talk it over, so will we. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, also by McDonough Telephone Cooperative. McDonough District Hospital Athletic Trainers, the MDH Rehabilitation Center, located in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. Having slow and reliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2025. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems in McDonough, Henderson, and Hendrick County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. This West Prairie game stream made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. Buffering means suffering, so kick slow Wi-Fi to the curb and connect your home with MTC's fiber internet to get blazing fast Wi-Fi speeds up to 1 gig. Sign up online at mtcfiber.net. Beck working out top here over to Carnes. Carnes in the lane to Whitman. Whitman a fake, nearly had it taken away from behind and then tied up. Possession are over to West Central. Cyclones will pressure here. And the inbounds. Work it to Hetrick. Hetrick working up here on Whitman. Fires it up the court. And works it over for Simmons. Simmons dribbling around out top. Over to Stanley. Stanley is setting up a high 1-4 set. Most likely trying to get a screen with Adams. Back out to Adams, who had to jump to get it. Adams driving in and stolen away by Ivan Beck. Beck back the other way. Bounces to Whitman. Whitman will try the three. It's good. Mason Whitman. Big three there, and I believe the first sports corner three for the Cyclones in the game. 37-36. They lead. Stanley works it around. Simmons cutting through. Out to Caldwell. Caldwell goes lane, misses it. Rebound fought for, got it back. And we've got a push off on Caldwell. And actually, they're going to whistle Adams with it. Whistle Adams with the push. Now Carnes dribbles it up here. 4.5 left to go. 37-36. Cyclones by 1. Beck holds. Get the pick from French. Swings it over to Gannon Shipman. Now on the bounce is Carnes. Over to Whitman on the near side. Shipman holds and comes over to Beck. Beck in the lane. Spins. Bounces out for French. French over to Carnes. Carnes out of there. Over to Whitman. Screen by French. Bounces to Shipman. Shipman to Carnes. Carnes three on the way. Bounces off no good, and Caldwell's down with the board. As they bring it up, French going to match up on Caldwell out top there. Zay looks to drive. Cut off by Shipman. Out to Adams. Adams will put up the shot. No good. The air ball. And they're going to actually say tipped, and it'll be West Central ball. Aiden Lacey will check in. Max French will check out. As West Central will get it. Caldwell, the officials set it down. We had timeout called out because West Central was taking forever to get the ball. And now they'll call a full timeout. We'll take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
Back here, 37-36, tight game going into, staying in this fourth quarter, 3.5 world of time left. A lot of things can happen. Cyclones will bring it in here. Actually be West Central bringing it in. Stanley looks to trigger. Now to Caldwell, he'll flip that one, just grazed the rim. Stanley able to get it, can't get it to go. Ivan Beck from behind there, as Stanley will step into the free throw line, can put the Heat back into the advantage. Free throw is up and good. So we're at this point tied, and Easton Parker will come in. Simmons will go out. Free throw is good. Stanley makes a pair, 38-37. Heat by 1. As they come out. Carnes in, over to Whitman. Whitman now having to reset a little bit. Wants to come to Beck. Beck with it. Working on Parker. Dribbles, gets Adams on him. Comes over to Lacey. Swinging to Whitman. Whitman bouncing around over to Shipman. Shipman back to Carnes. Carnes out to Lacey. Lacey over to Beck. And Beck gives a look. And that one, Stanley able to swat it away. Holds it out there. And loops it out to Parker. Parker over to Caldwell. Shot no good. Rebound. Whitman down with it. And they'll come out of there with it. Counting down, 2:40 here. As Beck to Lacey. To Whitman. Dribbling in the lane. Out to Carnes. Carnes fakes. Down to Beck. Beck. Out to Carnes. Carnes switches. Comes back as Parker watching him. Over to Whitman. We've got a timeout call by Sam DeCounter. We'll step aside as well. Thank more of the fine folks making this possible. Your farm is your legacy. As the leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. Located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Ryden Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area, and as a customer, they'll take care of you. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121. Face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text is how you choose how to do business with Tom Conklin. State Farm Macomb, you can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street, Macomb. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for only $42 per year, $38 per year if you're age 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Holden Copeland in here, probably for the finishing kick. Dribbles down, spins lane, and is fouled as he went through. And that whistle will be on Carter Gibb. As Copeland sets himself at the line, free throws up and good. We are tied. Lacey in, Whitman out. Copeland's second one, it is good. So 39-38, a 1-point lead here for the Cyclones. Easton Parker down to the far side, looking for Gibb out top. Picks up his dribble, comes out to Gibb. Minute 55, clock rolling in this fourth quarter. Caldwell comes over for Parker. Dribbles it down here, waits, holds. Loops it in lane, open is Adams, puts it up, missed it, and Shipman's out of there with it. Tried to place it in instead of shoot it. And now they come back here, working for Beck. Beck picks it up, bounces for Shipman over to Copeland. Copeland dribbles on Gibb, passes over to Lacey, over to Whitman. Minute 20 now, over to Beck. Beck a couple bounces. Scoots himself into the middle to Lacey, passes over and gives to Copeland. Copeland gives a look and drives in, puts it up, missed it, got his own rebound. Whitman going for the knockout, got it! Going for the heat, the heat check. 42-38, Cyclones by 4 here with a minute left. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
42-38. We're going to check the possession arrow is in favor of the Cyclones here. So on a tie-up, they would get it back. And the Heat. It'll be Gibb bringing it into Parker. Cyclones will match up a little bit to bother them up the court as we work down and under a minute. Parker up quickly. Out comes for Gibb, over for Caldwell. Caldwell looking in at Gridley, no, over to Parker. Parker gonna drive lane, scoot, missed it, and the rebound, Lacey's out of there with it. Off to Shipman. Shipman over to Copeland. Copeland gonna walk it up here, 38 seconds and counting here. Over to Whitman. Whitman gets the screen from Shipman, or give Lacey over to Shipman, over to Copeland. Copeland looking, dribbling out of trouble there. Letting a lot of time go as Beck dribbles in, bounces in the lane for Lacey, and he's fouled on the way through. So the Cyclones, not a bad foul, a Fury West Central person. Carnes will come in, Lacey got another ball handler in there. As they bring it into Beck. Beck holds, bounces out to Carnes. Carnes wheeling away over to Copeland. As they come out there, they're going to just hold it here, and the Cyclones will take it away here, 42-38, winning their home JV opener by a score of 42-38 over the Heat. Folks, that'll usher us out of the JV game, and we'll be back in just a little bit for the varsity contest. We'll have that for you coming up here. This has been TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Also brought to you by the fine folks at McDonough Telephone Cooperative. We'll be back in just a bit.